Good afternoon, everyone. Janie here. I am here today to go through, I would say this is part 4 of reading the book of Revelations, which, by the way, in my last video, I was unsure which John wrote this book. I know, shameful. I should know this, but it's not John the Apostle. It is not. He had a different death, a different ending to his life. He didn't end up on an island. My apologies for that. It was John the disciple, John the apostle, sorry. So he's one of the disciplemen that followed Jesus. So he was the one that was sequestered to an island and seen these visions and wrote the book of Revelations. So just wanted to straighten that out because I don't like to give out false information. It's not what I'm about. All right. So let's continue off from my last video. I was going to talk about, I'm not going to finish Revelations because my notes are too plenty and it will take probably another 2 or 3 videos to finish it, just because I don't want my videos to be more than 15 minutes. I don't want to bore you guys, and I do write a lot of notes, so I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, the timing, and then we'll just do many videos if it's necessary. Alright, so I was going to talk about the trumpets that are going to be apparently announced after the last scroll gets opened. And I'm going to end today's video by getting to the part about the 2 witnesses. Alright, so let's talk about the sounding of the first 4 trumpets. So there's 7 angels holding 7 trumpets in heaven, ready at any given moment to unleash, I could say, hell on the world, unfortunately. So this is after the 7th seal or scroll is opened by Jesus. So the first trumpet will be blown after this. So the first trumpet will apparently bring fire, hail, and blood down on earth from the skies. It will be burning the trees, burning the people, and all the green grass will also be burnt. When the second angel sounds the second trumpet, this time the seas will suffer. So 1/3 of the sea animals will perish. There'll be a fiery mountain, which I'm assuming is maybe a volcano. It will fall into the sea, and this will kill many fish, many fishermen, and a lot of sea life, like I said, will perish. When the third trumpet blows, a great star will fall from the sky, and it'll make the waters of the rivers, of the lakes, previously drinkable water sources will now become undrinkable. The waters will be made bitter, as it says in the Bible. Then, on the 4th ring of the 4th angel and the 4th trumpet, 1/3 of all natural lighting on earth will vanish or be struck. So the sun will be struck. 1/3 of the sun will be struck. 1/3 of the moon will be struck. 1/3 of the stars will be struck out of the sky. So 1/3 of the lighting that we naturally have here on earth will be gone. So it'll make the earth overall a more somber, darker place, even at night. Like a more dark at night than it already is. So the next verse really spoke to me, which is chapter 8, verses 13. Then I looked, reminding you here is John the Apostle. He's having a vision. He's been sequestered to the island by the Romans. An angel visits him. He starts having these visions. So this is a verse that is out of that. Then I looked, and I heard a single eagle crying loudly as it flew through the air, "Terror, terror, terror to all who belong to this world, because of what will happen when the last 3 angels blow their trumpets." So if you thought the first 4 trumpets were terrifying because they're seemingly natural disasters, hail, fire, etc. So the last three will be unbelievable. So to me, so to all who belong to this world will fear the last three trumpets. So it sounds like the people marked for God, like the chosen, the Christians, the believers, God's chosen, whatever you want to call them, will be taken up, to heaven and be put in their white robes before the fifth trumpet rings. And those left behind will suffer after this. This is like God's judgment, like for real. Oh, bugs. Sorry if I'm swatting, that is why. Alright, so yeah, the fifth trumpet, fifth angel is when the real apocalyptic scenes will begin. More than just natural made, like it's, yeah. So just a warning to the next trumpet calls. They're terrible, they're graphic. Well, to me, they're graphic. So on the fifth trumpet call, a star fell from the sky with keys in hand, fell to earth and opened a bottomless pit, and out crawled locusts, scorpion kind of shaped little demonic things. They had like human faces, fangs, scorpion tails, locust wings. Like, they were terrifying. And these things were given authority to harm only the humans on earth, not the trees, nothing else, only the humans, for 5 months, which is apparently the time span of the pain of a scorpion sting injury. Is 5 months people hurt for. So for 5 months they will have authority to torture humans. People in this time cannot die, but are constantly being harmed and attacked by these beings. When the sixth trumpet was sound, a voice from above, I don't know if it was God or just one of the 4 beings that are around him, but a voice from above said, "Release the 4 bound angels at the Euphrates River." And those 4 angels were given authority, were let loose, killing 1/3 of all humanity. After this, plagues were unleashed, because people were dying from the fire and smoke, burning sulfur that came from the horses' mouths, the horses that the 4 fallen angels were riding, along with, they had mounted troops of 200 million to kill